Sentence Pattern 7, Dashes and Appositives. Before we begin, we need to get one thing straight, the difference between a dash and a hyphen. A hyphen, which is not what we will be discussing in this sentence pattern, is used to connect words. One example is well known. That word is joined by a hyphen. When typing, one only taps the dash key one time for a hyphen. A dash is a form of punctuation used in entire sentences rather than just joining words. When typing a dash, one needs to tap the dash key twice. Also, it's important to note that when using the dash, one should never use a space either before or after. Sentence Pattern 7 is a sentence with a series of appositives enclosed by a pair of dashes. Before we get to an example of the pattern, though, we need to understand what an appositive is. An appositive is a word or set of words that can serve as a replacement for another word somewhere else in the sentence. Here's an example. Her dog, a golden retriever, is very cute. I could simply say, her dog is very cute, but this sentence has an appositive, a golden retriever. This appositive, a golden retriever, gives extra information about the subject, her dog, but it could also serve as a replacement for the word dog. I could say, her golden retriever is very cute, but now that sentence does not have an appositive. An appositive gives extra information to confirm the subject, making the reader or listener positive about what's being talked about. Here's an example of Sentence Pattern 7. Remember, it is a sentence that includes a series of appositives enclosed by a pair of dashes. Let's read the example together. They learned the qualities of sportsmanship, cooperation, practice, and dedication by carefully studying their coach's example. I highlighted the appositives in red. Notice that cooperation, practice, and dedication are all qualities of sportsmanship. Those three things are what make up sportsmanship. It's extra information to allow the reader or listener to feel positive about what is being talked about. We could take the appositives out and simply say, they learned the qualities of sportsmanship by carefully studying their coach's example. In fact, that's one way to check that you've used the punctuation correctly. If your sentence still makes sense without the appositives, then it's probably okay. But we could also replace the words qualities of sportsmanship with the words cooperation, practice, and dedication, and the sentence would still make perfect sense. It would read, they learned cooperation, practice, and dedication by carefully studying their coach's example. However, that would not follow Sentence Pattern 7. Sentence Pattern 7 requires the use of appositives enclosed by a set of dashes, which I have highlighted in green. Here are some more examples. The basic writing skills, good vocabulary, knowledge of grammar, sense of style can be learned by almost everyone. Here, the appositives are good vocabulary, knowledge of grammar, and sense of style. They assist and support basic writing skills. They could also replace basic writing skills. But again, actually replacing the words that they modify would not follow our sentence pattern. Notice that these appositives are enclosed in dashes, and then the sentence continues on regardless of the appositives, meaning I could take out the appositives and it would still be a complete sentence. It would read, the basic writing skills can be learned by almost everyone. Also notice that there is not a space between the dashes on either side. When you type a dash, and remember that you must press the dash button twice, do not add spaces between the words and the dashes. Here's one more. On our trip to Italy, the major sites, the Vatican in Rome, the Duomo in Florence, the Tower in Pisa, didn't impress us as much as the food and the kindness of people. There are two practices that you need to complete. In the first one, add an internal series of appositives to complete each of the following sentences. In the second one, provide beginnings and endings to go with the following appositives. Now, stop the video and complete the practices.